Welcome to my balcony. Just gonna prop you up on a chair. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm outside. And I'm going to prop you up against something. Put a little clip in my hair. Thought it looked pretty. So funny. I used to absolutely fucking hate. What am I doing? Hey, Becca. Oh no, you can't see my face there. Am I gonna have to hold this the whole time? Ugh, I don't want to have to hold it. That seems like a lot of work. But I want to be outside. Help me. Wait there. In fact, don't wait there. Come with me. Come with me into my lair. Waiting for the people to come alive. Gonna make a little tripod out of some DVDs and a roll of tape. I do have important things to say, obviously. First, makeshift tripod needs to happen. Is that gonna work? No. I have to put you up a little bit higher. God, sorry about this. Probably should have sorted this out before I went live, but you know. What are you gonna do? Is that gonna happen? Oh, is that gonna... Ooh. Hi. Just trying to figure out my tripod situation. I'll be with you presently. I'm going to talk to you guys about something that came up in my members only group, which you can be a part of if you want to be, if you desire to be, you may be. It is open to all who wish to pay me the money to be part of the membership group. Oh, is that going to work? Oh, come on, you fucker. Yes. How long did that take me? Quite some time. Look at this. It's cute, isn't it? Sometimes I feel like when I have good hair I have to live stream just because my hair looks good, because it's such a rare occurrence that my hair looks like it's actually been planned. One whole clip. That is the height of my styling ability. So something that was coming up in my members only group, which, oh wow, the starlings just like float away. They're so cool. Was this idea around, I did a live tapping for them today on like fear of the unknown and this idea that you need to know how everything is going to work out, and I was talking to them about the fact that often comes from a place of just needing to control everything and being afraid and not feeling safe and not being able to trust ourselves to make good decisions, or not being able to trust ourselves to be able to handle the emotions that come if something doesn't work out the way we thought it would, and you know, all of that, all the stuff that comes with that. So hey Kaylee, hey girl, hey. And so when I was doing this live stream for them and doing the live tapping for them in this group, one of the things that came up was that one of the ladies said she felt like she was kind of getting in her own way, and so we did some tapping around that, and she went from a place of feeling kind of like she didn't know what to do, and like afraid of the outcome, afraid of like not of needing to know what to do and not knowing how to just trust that things would happen. And so after we did a bit of tapping, what came through was that she had shifted and she started to feel like frustrated with herself. And on the surface, there's actually nothing wrong with frustration. It can be quite a powerful driving force. It can very often be the thing that, you know, if you're in a space of stagnation or just like not knowing what to do or not feeling clear or feeling a bit down on yourself, sometimes frustration can be the next step up the emotional ladder from like hopelessness or helplessness or powerlessness or any of those listlessnesses, words and emotions. And so, but what was coming through in this particular instance was that if you only ever gather momentum from a place of frustration, so if you only ever have that cycle of phoenix from the ashes, then what's going to happen is that you're going to continually perpetuate that. Ooh, some kind of helicopter action. Some kind of helicopter action going on. How exciting. We live quite near the airport. Bear with me while it just... appreciate this curl for a while. Come on now. I'm trying to live stream here. Do they not know who I am? Excuse me, live streaming. They really should schedule their flybys. This is the paparazzi. it's the paparazzi. She's out on her balcony. Quick, send the paps. Anyway, I live in my little fantasy world. It's really nice here. Join me. So this idea that frustration can be something that propels you forward, like I've spoken about it quite a lot, and I've definitely found that in my journey, frustration can be a really powerful tool to help get me out of a place of stagnation or feeling lost or whatever. But if you only have that cycle, if you only have that kind of crazy, like, balls to the wall, let's go, and I'm angry with myself, so I'm going to propel myself forward, if that's the only way that you can get yourself out of stagnation, then you might find yourself calling that in over and over again. You might find yourself manifesting stuckness and blocks and powerlessness, situations that make you feel powerless and helpless and just, worthless, because you need that in order to fuel the frustration, in order to fuel you to get what you desire. So what if you just decided that actually it gets to be different, and you started to believe that, shift coming, pardon me, some residue from the tapping earlier. Whenever I do these live streams at the moment, I'm talking about things. Ooh. Neighbour's dog having a little, saying, hey girl, hey, desperate for fame, a fame hungry bitch, says Georgina. I have to be a little bit quiet because my boyfriend's asleep, having an afternoon nap in the room like above me, so I'm having to be quite muted, but I'm still as excited as normal, and so all of the excitement is happening in my face. It's like even more animated than normal. Hey Ellie, hey girl, hey, welcome to my balcony. And so I think that what we can forget is that although frustration can be super helpful to give us momentum and kind of kick our ass, if everything we do and every time we need to gather momentum, we then have to go through the cycle of fucking ourselves over somehow, so that we feel helpless and hopeless, and then we end up going, oh okay, now I'm helpless and hopeless, and I feel lost, and I feel confused, and I feel stagnant, and I'm so fucking angry with myself, and blah 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 blah, and then we get frustrated, and then we build momentum, and then we get the results that we wanted. And that's all great, but if that's the only mechanism, the only strategy that you have to be able to propel yourself forward, then you're always going to end up in a state of just being fucking exhausted, because who wants to have to be powerless and hopeless to get frustrated, to get motivated? I'm not saying it will stop forever, but what if you had another strategy? Like, what if you just showed up with, I'm talking about self-belief a lot at the moment, because the current program that has been coming through me and that I am launching and that starts on the 1st of July is the Self-Belief Bootcamp. And so because I'm kind of calling in the content for that and tuning into the energy of it, a lot of messages are coming through about believing in yourself and just having that unshakable self-belief, and knowing that no matter what happens outside of you, ultimately you're in charge of how you respond to it. And it's okay to get frustrated, and it's okay to get angry and to be sad and to grieve when you lose something, or to fucking feel angry if you feel like someone's fucked you over or whatever, right? It's okay to have those feelings, but how long you stay in them is a choice. And very often with the kind of the darker emotions, we're like in a rush to push ourselves through them, in a rush to get out of them, and we don't fully allow ourselves to just feel them, learn from them, and then move forward. And we can be in a little bit of a rush to kind of push ourselves through the feelings. And maybe it's okay for you to feel how you feel, whatever that is, and then maybe you get to forgive yourself for feeling that way, and then the feelings pass a lot quicker than if you keep trying to resist them and giving yourself shit for feeling that and feeling like you should have moved through it already, you should be on the other side of it already, when in fact the only way to get to the other side of that feeling is to just surrender to it, feel it, learn from it, and then it will pass. Because if you imagine, it's like if an emotion, and like a negative emotion, whatever that means, comes knocking on the door, it's like they're going to knock until you hear them, and you can put your earplugs in, and you can put your noise reduction headphones on, and you can drill yourself through the head until you can't hear the sound anymore, but it's still going to be fucking knocking, and eventually it's going to break down the goddamn door, and it's going to be staring you in the face, breathing fire in your face, and shaking you by your shoulders going, hey, fuck you, bitch, are you going to listen to me and fucking learn so that you can move forward in your life, or are you going to continue to fuck yourself over so that you don't have to listen to me? Hey Jules, nice to see you, girl. Say hey girl, hey. And just knowing that when a negative emotion comes and kind of just like taps on your window and goes, hello, can you let me in so that we can have a chat? Like if you just let it in and go, okay, so let's have a chat. What do you need from me? What do I need to learn from you? And you just like, just forgive yourself for the fact that you even had it, then you don't have to end up drilling yourself through the head. Do you get what I'm talking about? Very extreme, but that was the imagery that came through my head, so I just put that out there. And so what I want, the title of this live stream is that there's always something to say, and that is purely because I didn't know what I was going to talk about on this live stream until I hit go live, and I knew that that would be the case. But I feel like if I waited until I knew what I was going to talk about every fucking time, then I would never go live, and I'd never write anything, and I'd never journal, and I'd never fucking say anything. And quite frankly, when I say things and when I do these live streams, they help me, and I know that they help other people, because people reach out to me all the time, either people that I work with or people that have never even spent a penny with me, but they're still following my content and getting some value from it. So, you know, who the fuck am I to question? And who the fuck are you to question your message? Like, isn't it time you just gave yourself permission to speak whatever it is that's coming through you and tell the world all of the things that you know, and the things that you don't necessarily know that you know until you start talking, and then they start coming out of your mouth and you're like, wow, fuck, I know shit. Like, I'm good at what I do. And part of the reason I do these live streams is to add value to your lives, help you get to know me, but also because it makes me feel better. I love to be able to share. I love to be able to connect to all that is and just tune into the collective unconscious and channel in whatever it is that needs to be heard by the people who are watching or the people who are going to watch. Or like that for me is something that's really fun. And you know, thank goodness for Facebook Live, because it means that anytime, anywhere that I desire, I get to just share whatever the message is that's coming through me. And I don't always know what the message is going to be. I just show up and I allow the message to come through me. It's like improv, right, Ellie? It's like, thank you for your compliment. I receive it. Thank you very much, with gratitude. I allow it to elevate and raise my vibration. Ah, flying. But, you know, just trust the message, trust yourself. If you're a healer, if you're a coach, if you're a messenger, an artist, a creator, then just know that you're here to create change. You're here to shake shit up. And so isn't it about fucking time you start doing that and got out of your own fucking way and stop believing your own bullshit about why you have to be fucking perfect at everything and why you have to know every single thing and have done all the fucking research and have all the numbers and all the bullshit to back it up. Like, no one gives a fuck. If you speak sense, if you speak the truth and it resonates with people, they will work with you. You will help people regardless of whether they spend money with you or not. It's just, that's what you're on this planet to do. That's what I'm on this planet to do. And every time that I do something like this, where I speak or where I write my blog posts or whatever it is, when I do podcasts or whatever, right, it's all about stepping into the energy of the person that I know that I am, stepping into the soul, you know, like that blueprint that comes with you when you're like zoomed into this body, when you go and you come out into the world. I imagine it probably did make a sound a little bit like, but also probably with some screaming. But when you get squirted out into the world, you know, you are just this little bubble of light and love, and that's what you are when effectively you're like given birth to. That's what you are. And then the world happens around you. You pick up a load of fucking bullshit programs and fear, and then suddenly you have to, you know, at some point you make the decision or not to find your way back to who you really are. And part of my way of doing that is to be able to do these live streams, to be able to do my blog posts when I'm talking to clients or whenever I'm speaking about this kind of shiz, right? So if you know you're holding yourself back in life in some way, you're not communicating in a way that you really want to, you're not feeling like you can, even with friends and family and stuff, sometimes it can, you know, you can get yourself into a situation where you have people in your life who aren't on board with the way that you see the world. And so it's really a choice whether you have those people in your lives or not, and you get to decide. And if you don't, when you start up leveling and moving on up and like changing your vibration, raising your vibration and going through your growth cycle, those people will find a way of leaving your life anyway. So you don't necessarily need to worry, but it's up to you. And going back to what I was talking about in my paid membership group, this idea that you need to blow everything up and burn everything to the ground in order to create something new or change something or shift a paradigm, it's like you don't need to. It doesn't have to be that hard. You can actually just choose, like you can just decide to think about things in a different way. A really great exercise is to just, if there's an area of your life where you're feeling like you might have a block, or that you feel like you get an inkling, an intuitive knowing that there's something that's holding you back, maybe it's as simple as, and it can be as simple as, listing out all the things that you believe to be blocking you, whether it's physical things, emotions, past traumas, beliefs that you have, ideas that you've had, whatever, listing them all out. And then on the other side, just deciding to choose something different or reframing them. And you can be as measured and as like conscious about it as that if you want to. You don't always have to do the deep dive, soul diving work on it, although I encourage that, obviously, because that's what I do and that's what I help people with. And it's actually very rewarding to kind of pluck things out at the root and reprogram shit right at its core. But it doesn't have to be that hard. You can be doing the work of reprogramming your mind right now in this moment. If you're having a negative thought, if you're triggered in some way, if you're feeling like, oh, well, it's okay for you to say that, Georgina, because X, Y, Z, whatever the reasons are in your head, you can either argue for a life of limitation, or you can argue the opposite and just claim what's rightfully yours. I don't know why anyone would argue themselves into struggle or lack or scarcity. That I don't understand why anyone would choose to do that, other than maybe guilt or shame or some of that bullshit, and those are fucking useless emotions. So if you're holding on to those, they get to go. And again, it can be a choice. And it's really like a moment by moment thing, like so many of the things that I teach, just this moment by moment adjustment and tuning in and being aware enough and conscious and awake enough to just see the patterns and know that you have the ability at any given moment, you have everything inside of you to be able to shift and change that pattern if you desire. And if you don't desire, then you probably wouldn't be here. You probably wouldn't be anywhere near my page. If that kind of stuff pissed you off or didn't resonate with you, then you'd have literally no reason to be magnetized to watch this whatsoever. But you never know, maybe this will be your first taste into that world and you'll be like, oh, maybe this curly bird's got something, maybe she knows some shit. Low power mode. Bloop. So anyway, there are some things for you to think about. Hopefully that was helpful. I'm going to pop this in the comments. Wait there. Bloop. Cool. So for me and for my members today, this idea that maybe you don't need to be a phoenix from the ashes, and there can be another way, and maybe frustration isn't the only thing that you can use. And if you start to see that frustration is the only way, like if you look back through even like the last 6 months, 12 months of your life, even last 6 weeks of your life, anything that you were resisting doing, and you almost had to build up so much like momentum behind it to get it done, that imagine if you just fucking done it. Imagine if you'd just chosen to believe in yourself enough to just do the thing or to delegate the thing, or maybe you just trusted yourself to make the fucking decision rather than umming and ahhing and backing and forthing and should I or shouldn't I, should I book the holiday, shouldn't I book the holiday, should I work with the mentor, shouldn't I work with the mentor, should I start the diet, should I not start the diet, should I eat the cake, should I not eat the cake? Like, can you imagine how much time and energy you would save if you just fucking made a decision and did something with your life? So that's really it from me today. I just felt like I needed to come on, I needed to share something with you, and that is what I have shared. And this will be coming off later on today. There'll be lots of pictures. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see the unveiling of the beautiful Maleficent. As you can see, she's kind of looking a bit grey and juicy under there, under this second skin wrap stuff. When I take that off and give her a wash, she's going to be beautiful. And guys, I do actually have a free Facebook group if you ever want to come and play. It's called Mindset and Life Transformations. Feel free to come and join us. It's completely free. And I have my paid membership group. If you want to know more about that, hit me up. But at the moment, what I am really excited to be launching and selling is my Self-Belief Bootcamp, because this has come from personal experience. I tend to sell things and create programs that are just so relevant to my life and maybe something that I've been through recently that I just feel so cool to help other people with. Sometimes I kind of feel like part of the reason that I go through something is so that I can then learn from it, and then I can get to teach other people about how to overcome this shit. And so even though I might seem like somebody who shows up and has all this fucking confidence, it is a choice. It is a fucking, can I even express to you how much of a motherfucking choice it is? My poor neighbour's going to be like, she's got such a potty mouth. We get evicted. Don't manifest that. I would like to stay here. Thank you very much. Maybe they'll just learn some shit. There we go. But the reason I felt cool to make this program is because I know so many people have said to me, you're so fearless, you're so good. If only I was as confident as you. And I'm like, dunk. Don't you realise that? I know I've said this so many times, but confidence isn't like a scroll that gets handed to you. You know, you don't do a certain amount of things and achieve a certain amount of things and suddenly you just flick a switch and you're just confident and you can do all of the things that you want to do with your life. You have to choose it. You have to just decide that actually maybe I get to do exactly what I want with my life. Maybe I get to have the people in my life that I want. Maybe I get to go to the school that I want to go to, even though I'm however old, and relearn something and, you know, get a certificate in something. Or I don't know what the fuck you guys want, right? I don't know what you want. But what I do know is that one thing that you want is probably to feel more confident. You probably wish that there was something like a magic pill you could take, that you go to a doctor and go, I just feel insecure, I don't feel like I'm good enough. Do you have some kind of medication for that? And the answer is no. There is nothing that you can take. There's nothing that you can ingest that is going to make you feel more confident, more worthy or deserving of the stuff that you want in your life. That's just not the way it works. It's an inside job and it's a choice. And the only reason that it's so scary for people to believe in themselves is because they're afraid of what other people think. They're afraid they'll get shot down. They're afraid they get judged. Well, do you know what? You might. This boot camp does not come with a guarantee that people won't be assholes to you, but what I can guarantee you is that we are going to instill that self-belief and that confidence on such a core level, just from taking daily action, daily aligned, maybe slightly scary action, and have a support network of fellow badasses and me. And quite frankly, I could fuck a bitch up if I really wanted to. So you want me in your corner? I mean, let's do this. But I really want you to succeed. I want you, like, I see it all the time. I have conversations with people, whether they're in my programs or whether they're just in my life somehow, and they're so caught in a story of just feeling like there's going to be a magic switch, a magic moment that happens in life when suddenly they can start the business or start the family or get the person in their life that they want, or move away to a place where they've always wanted to live, or, you know, oh, suddenly, you know, or actually deserve having the body that they want, or whatever fucking shit it is. And it's just like, it's all in here and in here. And that's what we're going to be working on together. It's 6 weeks, okay? It is just 6 weeks of your life taking daily action, daily aligned action, which might be slightly scary, and that's okay. Because really, if you're not slightly scared and fucking mad-ass excited and exhilarated to live your life, what is even the point? To me, that's what life is about. Life is about living in that kind of excited space where anything could happen, like anything amazing could happen at any moment. Someone could reach out to you and just like say something that changes your life for the better. Someone could gift you something. Someone could pay you some money that you didn't expect. Someone could send you a present of Wonder Woman knickers, which I know is actually happening as a result of one of the posts that I posted the other day. Someone who I've never even met, as far as I know. Pretty sure that Liz and I have never met. And yet she saw some Wonder Woman knickers in the shop the other day and she bought them for me. And they are currently winging their way to me, I believe, in the mail. So, you know, this shit happens, people. It's quite amazing what will happen when you finally give yourself permission to just step into who you know you're meant to be. And I want to help you do it. I'm here to help you do it. This is like my life fucking mission, is to make everyone understand that there really is nothing that you have to do. There is no one that you need to be. There's nothing that needs to shift or change or evolve in order for you to just make a decision that you get to fucking believe in yourself. Hey Lily, hey girl, hey. So if this feels like you, if you feel like you've been waiting for some fucking magical scroll to be handed down from heaven that says you now are worthy and deserving of having the life, business, relationship, body, whatever that you deserve, and you're finally starting to realize that maybe that's not how it works, and maybe it's a decision and it's a constant choosing into that self-belief, it can feel scary. It can feel really fucking scary, which is why that I'm there to kind of fill the gaps for you. When you can't believe in yourself, I'll be there to believe in you for you until you start to remember that it's okay to believe in yourself and that you're actually perfectly safe. So if that feels like something that you could really, really benefit from and it speaks to your soul, or even if you just want to know about some of the other shiz that I'm doing in my world, whatever it is, send me a private message, hit me up in the comments. So much love to you. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.